My name's Julie Kilgore. I am the current Wasatch Mountain Club president. I've been a Wasatch Mountain Club member since 2000, 2001. One of my favorite Wasatch Mountain Club stories goes back to my early days with the club. I was trying to figure out the Bullion Divide route. So I was following Muhammad Abdullah and Steve Carr, and we came up out of this chute, and I saw the backside of Red Baldy. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. And Muhammad said, no, I think this is the right way. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. And the guys were pretty good about it. We dropped back down into White Pine, and the next year I put together a bigger group of seasoned Bullion Divide organizers. I had Brad Yates, Will McCarville, a bunch of others. And they usually do it coming from the other direction, so they had to think about it a little bit. But still, we went up that same chute, and we were booking at the backside of Red Baldy, and sure enough, Steve Carr and Muhammad had it right. That was the way to go. And thinking back on it now, the way they took me back down White Pine the last time was really more dangerous than going the right way. So now, every year when I organize Bullion Divide and I have Bullion newbies, I know exactly what they're going to be thinking when they pop out of that same chute and look at the backside of Red Baldy. It's one of my favorite moments every year. Happy 100th birthday, Wasatch Mountain Club! Woo!
Hi, I'm Craig McCarthy, and I've been a member of the Wasatch Mountain Club since 1992. It is a wonderful community. I've made lifelong friends, been on some incredible trips, including boating, backpacking, of course, many day hikes, and it's a lifelong passion. It's the outdoors, it's friends, it's parties, it's got it all. And I intend to continue to be a member.
Hey, I'm Cheryl Sosnick. I've been a member of the Wasatch Mountain Club since 1992. I have enjoyed the hiking, the mountaineering, the bicycling programs, been a number of directors and trustees over the years. But what I really remember the most about the club and what I love so much about it is the people that I have met along the way that have formed lifelong relationships. That was really 5.
Happy 100th birthday, Wasatch Mountain Club.
Maybe. Nick, say something about the Wasatch Mountain Club, why you like it.
Joined the Wasatch Mountain Club about 30 years ago in 1990. And I have enjoyed many different hikes, meeting different people, doing trips with the club, backpacks, hiking, snowshoeing, some skiing activities. I've even ridden the bicycle with the group up in City Creek when I crashed and burned. That was another story. Anyway, a lot of great people. I've met a lot of wonderful people, even Cheryl Shoshnick. Hiking Timpanogos with Brian Barkey and others way back when in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And we had 2 moose, young bull moose fighting in the thing.
I love the Wasatch Mountain Club. I met Cheryl and Nick, Brian. I got to mountain bike, hike, backpack, do a lot of fun stuff. And I also got married. I met a nice guy, got married through the Wasatch Mountain Club. It happens to be this one right here.
Well, I met her in the Wasatch Mountain Club. It was about 20 years ago. So we've been together for a while. And we did all the fun stuff. Yeah, we went backpacking, hiking, skiing. You still do that stuff, though. Now we have 2 old kids that do stuff with us, and we take them out.
We wish the Wasatch Mountain Club a happy 100th birthday this year. David Lewis, I enjoy the Wasatch Mountain Club. It's been great to hike with them. One of the favorite things I did was we hiked Mount Whitney last summer, which is the highest peak in the lower 48. And so that was fun. It's nice to have people to hike with. And they're all nice people.
Hi, I'm Bob Sturkey,
And I'm Deb Frank.
and we joined in October of 2015. What's your favorite hike?
You know, I think my favorite is Barb Gardner's hike that takes you up the west side of Granger and down the Church Fork side and then wraps you back around to the parking lot there. Makes you feel like you got a good workout.
I don't really know if I have a favorite hike. My favorite hike is the next hike. How about that? All right, and then
Well, I'm Irene Yun. I can't remember how long ago I joined the Wasatch Mountain Club, but probably around year 2000. I had a coworker that working with me, and he was very active with the outdoor, and I learned about the Wasatch Mountain Club then. I went some of the backcountry skiing with these coworkers, and he brings Michael Berry. He was a very good friend of Michael Berry. That's at that time, maybe year 2000. And after that, I think I formally joined the Wasatch Mountain Club, oh, maybe 2008. And I loved what I love about the Wasatch Mountain Club. I was doing a lot of, I remember cycling with you that, Cheryl, you took us to leading a group at just I was just so slow, and you guys would always come back with Robert Turner checking up on me. And I think it's one Science National Park, maybe Snow Canyon. I can't remember, but I wasn't very good. but you guys, really never give up and making sure that and I love this cycle, the biking, and I wasn't that I work full time, and well, I just retired, and but that's about all. And I joined, and later on I did a lot of um, water. I mean, what did I do? Rafting. Because I met my husband, Brett Matthews, and really appreciated how the all this voluntary, all these efforts that everyone that is in the club that had put in all these years. I mean, behind the scene, how much time that everyone had put in to just, the camaraderie and then the helpfulness. And I just love the club. And Brett's not here; he's not home, so he didn't know that what I said, but he would be out and 3 hours every day, and then he would all doing all kinds of for years and years. And I don't know how long he's been in the mountain club, maybe 30 years, I don't know. But I love and so grateful with everybody. And I'm very excited to be part of the in the club, and happy centennial celebration, and I love the club. That's all.
Hi, I'm Sue Baker. I've been a member of the club about 4 years. I'm the current membership director. And I love exploratory hikes on the ridge, usually with Julie, and it's even better when we find a steerhead flower in bloom.
Perfect.
Keep going.
Nothing about this is fun. Woo! Maybe it is. Whee! Woo! Oh gosh. Woo! Oh.
Okay, my name's Keith Markley, and I've been in the club about 5 years, I think. And this may not be my favorite story, but a funny one was when we went on a trip to Dinosaur National Park with Don Seeley, and it was very fun. We did a hike down to the Yampa River, and we did some route finding. Don did a great job leading, of course, as always. And on the way out, I think, we got caught in a rainstorm, and the dirt road turned to grease. And even Don's brand new four-wheel drive pickup and Stanley's pickup were just like fish out of water, going every which way. And I had to physically hold Stanley's truck and prevent it from falling into a ditch. And I've just never seen a dirt road turn into grease like that. Anyway, it was very amusing.
Great. Okay, stand up and let's take a good look at what I think is my favorite t-shirt.
I'm Phyllis Anderson. I've been in the Mountain Club since 1966. And one of my fondest memories is of Odell Pete Peterson. You have to understand about Pete. He was a curmudgeon who had a gleam in his eye. He was gruff, but he had great sense of humor. And he had resold my old boots twice, but I really didn't want to give up my old boots, so I took them out to him to see if I could convince him to resole them for a third time. And he inspected my boots, and then he just threw them across the counter at me, and he said, "Go shopping."
Hi, this is Heidi Schubert. On the plane, as I arrived in Salt Lake City, I sat beside one Greg Lebecci, who encouraged me to investigate and join the Wasatch Mountain Club. That first summer, I joined Cheryl Krusko with her Bobs, Babes on Bikes, and I quickly made myself memorable falling off the pipeline trail on my very first ride. Later that summer, I showed up for a ride and arrived at Greg Lebecci's house, thus completing the friendship circle which still exists today, 20 years later. I soon became active on the WMC board, helping with the bike community, Rambler, membership, website development, and finally acting as president prior to dropping off the face of the earth with the birth of my daughter. I loved the trailer trash weekends down in Moab and the yurt trips over the winter. Rick Thompson exposed me to the adventures in canyon country through his Canyoneering 101 courses and many personal adventures ever since. The adventures and friendships come hand in hand, and I hope the club maintains the flexibility and leadership to continue to support and guide these activities for the next generation.
name is Connie Cannon. I have been a member of the Wasatch Mountain Club for many, many years and have had little kids, so I haven't been able to go. I've always had the best intentions though. So now that my little kids are all grown up, I'm hoping to get more involved. And happy birthday, Wasatch Mountain Club.
Hi, I'm Michael Hannon, 15-year member of the Wasatch Mountain Club. Happy birthday. It's great to be a part of this club. Wonderful hikes, activities, wonderful people. My favorite memory, or some of my favorite memories, are Cold Fusion Couloir, a route put on the calendar first by Lana Christiansen, and the winter route to Gobbler's Knob, which Dave Armitage showed us and we put on the club calendar for the first time.
This is TQ Stevenson. I joined the club in 1961 on behest of Alexis Kellner, was mountaineering director several years, vice president, president, led 5 club trips to the Canadian Rockies. My interest was climbing, of course. First winter ascents in Mount O and Mount Moran and the Tetons. Winter Rivers, Mount Woodrow Wilson. First night ascent of Shiprock with Dan Lynch. Second ascent of Mount Temple and Zion Park with Harold Goodrow. Fondly remember the Thursday night climbing in Storm Mountain with Dale Green and his burgers. Set up 15 bouldering routes on the club rock behind the lodge. Great experiences in the hills with great people, loved every minute, especially lodge functions, and the 24-hour Nest Cave rescue with Alexis and Dale.
Okay, I've been a member for about 50 years. I was ski tour director for 2 years. I've backcountry skied, bicycled, hiked. What else have I done with the club? Lots of things.
Mountaineering.
Yeah, mountaineering. Did some good Wind Rivers trips with the club.
So she's had grand times with the club.
Yes.
And other outdoors
All right, your turn, Dave.
Well, I'm not a big mountain clubber. I only joined the mountain club because of Lori. And but I ski, I hike, and bike. I've been on the Ragbri with Miss Stosnick.
Cheryl, yeah.
So
with 10,000 of my favorite friends.
It was more than that.
That's a lot of favorite friends.
Yeah. But outdoorsing is good.
I think we're through.
Yeah, well, happy 100th
happy
anniversary.
100.
Okay, my name is Terry Baker. I've been a club member for at least 6 years, maybe a little bit longer. And every time I come on one of these hikes, it seems like I'm always a senior citizen. But the most interesting thing that I can remember in terms of a club activity is about 4 years ago, we all got together in four-wheel drives. There was about 3 of us, and we headed out towards Wendover. And one of the fellows that were with us, he was just in a little, small little compact car. And on the way out to our trailhead, I was in the trail end of the car, and all of a sudden he went down in this little low wash area. And when he came back up, I saw this trail of oil following him. So when we got to the trailhead, we looked it over, and sure enough, he had broken his pan, and all the oil was gone. So we went on our trip, and it was about a 4 or 5 hour trip up to the top of Deseret Peak. And when we came back down to the road, we decided we needed to help this fellow back to Wendover. So we towed him in my Jeep for about 20 miles, and that wasn't a real experience. And then when we got there, everything was closed, and we all had to get back. It was getting late. So he was from out of state, but he was a really nice guy. He had his son there, so I took him over to the local grocery store, and he found some oil and some epoxy, and we all wished him well, and we left him right there. I guess he got back, but it was quite an adventure for all the things that we didn't happen that day, so I still remember that.
I'm Jamie Kilgore, and I have been a part of the club when my mom takes me on these adventures. But I do like to go on the club stuff. The trip that we just went on was the wolf watching trip in Yellowstone, and although we only got a glimpse of a wolf, we saw bear, we saw moose, we saw lots of bison, we saw coyotes, bighorn sheep, so we saw a lot of really, really cool things. So that has been my favorite trip, and I can't wait to go back and do it again next year.
Hi, I'm Dick Smith, and I've been with the club about 4 or 5 years, I think. And I remember one trip we took to Jackson Lake, had one of the club's canoes with a broken board on it, but we worked pretty well. Things I remember from that trip is that it was just before Labor Day, and yet we were the only people in the park pretty much. We had 3 campsites, there were 4 of us, we had 3 campsites to ourselves each night, and it was awesome. One of the last mornings, 3 of us were standing around in the camp, and all of a sudden we hear Larry say, "Bear!" So we all went running, and Larry, who had been on the groover, had stood up by that time and was clothed, but there was a bear coming out of the woods. And when it saw all of us, it turned around and headed back out. The other thing I remember, since I hadn't been in a canoe for quite a while, we went out canoeing all the way around the southern part of the lake, around the island, and on the way back to camp, a rainstorm came in and the wind really picked up. And it was very interesting trying to maneuver a canoe in that type of weather, since I hadn't done it before. So.
Hi, I'm Michelle Stancer. I've been a member of the Wasatch Mountain Club for 5 years, and my favorite memory is my first car camp right outside of Casto Canyon, and we hiked all day and came back to the camp and relaxed with some wine that night. I was promised the hiking days were over, to relax all night, have a great time, and sure enough, after the second or third glass of wine, the group decided to do another hike across a knife edge that was not really steep or difficult, but yet after imbibing on the wine, for me, it became the anxiety attack that I've never had before, and that was my favorite memory.
Hi, I'm Bruce Jensen. I've been with the club about 2.5 years. Probably I enjoy all of the hikes, the night hikes, the weekend hikes. Probably my best hiking deal was the camping trip to Death Valley. Did a lot of different hikes, everything was scenic. A very good group. Climbed Corkscrew, got that one knocked off the list. Saw a bunch of really beautiful country and had a great trip. Thanks.
Smith, and I've been in the club 12, 13 years, can't really remember. My favorite memories are both from boat trips, so they're similar but not the same. The first one was my first boat trip on Hell's Canyon, and I remember it because Zig taught me how to roll up an air mattress. I got bumped out of Brandon's boat along with everybody else except for Chuck in Bonanza Rapid, and at the end we were all happy that we've made it, and we made Oreo cookies with olives, and it's really good, better than you would think. The other one was a Payette trip, and it was Howard's Plunge, and I probably came out of the boat I don't know how many times. And when we got to Howard's Plunge, I was all lined up and I was ready to go, and all of a sudden the bow of my boat hit the rock and flipped around 180 degrees, and I went down Howard's Plunge backwards.
Hi, my name is Bonnie, and I've been with the club for 4 years. And I think hands down my favorite memory was actually hiking with Julie, and it was the first time I'd ever done Olympus. And we were just going to the saddle, but I think you saw a look in my eye of really wanting to summit that day. And so found a really nice group of folks that took me up and bagged my first summit, and then caught you guys back on the way down, and it was pretty much perfect.
Hi, my name's Lana Christiansen. I've been a member of the Wasatch Mountain Club for so long, and I'm so old I can't remember when I joined. Probably 2005. I was actually getting ready to climb Mount Rainier, and I thought it'd be a good club to join to get me in shape. So that was my motivation. I love every thing about the Wasatch Mountain Club and the people that I've met. And my most memorable hikes are probably the Beat Out and Cold Fusion, and I really enjoy Tanner's Triple Traverse. I love the spring mountaineering.
Happy birthday
Birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, dear
Wasatch Mountain Club.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday to
100th birthday to Wasatch Mountain Club.
And I
And many more.
And many, many more.
And many, many more, 100 more.
Many, 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 another 100 at least.
All right.
Woohoo! Woohoo!